When a multifamily owner calls a broker to talk about listing an asset, that listing broker, before the listing is even signed, is already thinking of 10 to 20 investors that they know will want this property and who are capable of buying it. A worthy goal of any investor is to be among one of those 10 to 20 investors that all brokers think of before the listing agreement is even signed. Stick around. Let's go! I was just on the podcast called Target Market Insight with John Kasman, and John asked me, how do investors stay at top of mind so they're one of the very first ones to get called when there's a new listing? Take a listen.
As investors, what kind of things can we do to stand up and be one of those people that when you have an opportunity, we come first to mind as opposed to, someone else that maybe you've already done business with?
No, great question. Ultimately, here's what you're after, and then I'll back into how you get to this. You've made it as an investor. You've arrived when the broker calls you up and he's like, yo, John, listen, I just got a call from Jack. He owns Palm Terrace Apartments over in Daytona Beach. Dude, this thing is sick, 160 units. I don't have any financials yet. I literally just got this phone call. We agreed to it in concept. I sent him the listing agreement. He's signing it. You're gonna have to compete for it. He wants me to go out full market, but I just want to give you a heads up. And it's probably going to take me 2 or 3 weeks to assemble my marketing material, build the Dropbox. We're probably going to be coming out in 3 weeks, all over the place. And so here's what happens is when I come to market, this is why I have 13 offers in 5 days. It's because I called 20 guys ahead of time that I like, who make me look good, who pay the right price, who don't retrade, who don't belittle sellers, who don't kill the property, who don't say the wrong things, who always close on time. These are the best guys in the world. That's why there's 13 offers in 5 days, because they already got a 3-week head start. When you get that phone call, you're doing the right things. The only way to do the right things is to close more properties. Let's back up way back to how you get to that point. The number one thing to understand is that there is no pill you take. There's no one thing you can do. This is a multi-year process. This is a marriage. This is a relationship. This is building trust. This is doing the right things consistently over time.
Bo, I can't just buy you coffee.
Can't just buy me coffee. It's not buttering up the broker. This is just human motivation. So the book I wrote, The Multifamily Investors Who Dominate, the book is all about how to transact, how to be a person, how to operate in a way, not just during a transaction, but outside of the transaction, building relationships and doing the right things and building your reputation so that I can't wait to do another deal with you. Not just because I know John's a closer. That's the minimum. I like working with John. He's going to make me look good. He's going to return my phone calls. He's going to show up on time. He's going to say nice things about the property during the tour. He's not going to retrade over dumb stuff. He's going to make the seller like him. When he closes, he's going to talk good about me. When he sells it in 5 years, he's going to have me sell it. All these things go into that. But starting off, you own nothing, you have nothing, you don't have a whole lot of money. There's a few things you do. Number one, put together a bio package. You can't be a ghost. I need to know who you are. If you don't do multifamily full time, tell me what you do and how those skills apply. If you work for NASA and you're an analyst and you work on rocket ships, or you're a financial planner, you're an attorney, whatever it is, here's how your skills apply. So it's a short little bio. You got a little picture on yourself, a list of transactions you may own. I mean, you may own 6 rental houses and you're trying to buy a 15-unit deal. Put your 6 rental houses on there. Give me the names of the houses, the addresses, where they are. A lot of the good brokers verify this. I've actually had a couple instances where people try to put down transactions they were never a part of. I've literally had this. It's insane. And then over time, the biggest things you can do is building letters of recommendation from brokers and lenders. Those are big. I told you how small this world is, right, John? I told you there's only 410 guys who own the ones over 100 units, and there's only 1,010 people who own them all over 10 units. Same thing with brokers. In the entire northern half of Florida, there are only 60 multifamily brokers. Now, there's a whole lot more lenders, but there's only 60 multifamily brokers. When you provide with an offer, your bio and letters of recommendation from brokers, those sellers who I'm selling for already know those brokers. Oh, he's got a letter of recommendation from Joe LaFleur, from Nick Mioli, from Bo Beery. Oh yeah, I know those guys. They've sold a few deals for me. Let me call up Nick. Hey, Nick, this is John Kasman. So listen, so-and-so is making a bid on my property. He cut you down for a letter of recommendation here. Tell me how it really was. That's huge. It's powerful, right? It's really, really powerful. And same thing from the lenders. A lot of these sellers have used the same lenders. Lender writes up a letter. Hey, I finance this guy's house. Let's say this small time guy, he's got substantial assets. Yes, he can close, blah, blah. That makes my job a lot easier because when I turn in your offer, if you're a ghost, if you haven't done a whole lot of deals, I can still provide some of this stuff. But if you haven't done any deals at all, you don't have a big balance sheet, let's just like ground floor, you have to hook up with a mentor or you have zero chance. Here's why. I've done a video on this on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Bo Knows Multifamily, I did a recent video in the last few weeks that shows how I present offers to sellers. And most brokers do this in some format. In me, I use Excel. So I have an Excel spreadsheet, and from left to right, I've got the name of the buyer, what his price was that he's offering, price a unit, due diligence period, closing period, deposits, all that stuff. And on the very end, the most important part of the whole spreadsheet is my notes section. So I'm typing in the notes. So John is new to this, owns no units, never done a multifamily deal. I don't care how big your price is, you ain't winning this deal. But if I type in, hey, John has partnered up with so-and-so, and there's a lot of these syndications and these groups who have assembled investors, they're buying it together. This is so-and-so's balance sheet. He owns 13 deals, got this, this, and this. Now you're real deal. And listen, you may have to give up 95% of the equity for the next 2 years until you build your own profile and become someone. I don't care if it's a 15-unit deal. It's very, very hard, especially on a listed property, to compete because there's likely going to be 9, 12, 13 other offers that are offers from guys who have a substantial balance sheet, who have 8 assets, who turned in big deposits with no financing contingencies. You almost have to have no financing contingencies to even remotely have a chance anymore.
Listen, you just gave some great insights right there about understanding the way these offers get presented to a seller. And one of those things is really understanding where might you have some gaps. You all are looking at the experience, you're looking at the balance sheet, you're looking at a lot of different combinations, including the offer price itself, but you're also trying to understand the certainty to close. Is this a qualified buyer? Is this someone who we feel confident is going to get through the transaction? And as you look at those different points, you're going to figure out the level of confidence. Even if you have a big balance sheet, even if you have a great offer, if you don't have that other component as a broker, you're going to have a hard time recommending to sell to us versus maybe a group that came in a little less on the asking price. Maybe they have, maybe not a financing contingency, but maybe they have some other contingencies. But you see that there's a history there, there's a track record there, they've got the capital to go ahead and close. There's going to be a little more confidence that they can actually do the transaction and close.
Okay, now answer me this. Does John not have the smoothest, coolest voice of any podcaster you've ever heard? I'm telling you. I hope you got a lot of value out of this video, and if you did, please give me a like and a subscribe down below, and I'll see you on the next one.